Hello, I am Michael Ireland, your Fraser Realtor, and here we are on the opening of what is considered to be the spring market. And normally that's when there's a lot of optimism for buyers that they'll have, lots of selection and obviously an opportunity for sellers to move on with their plans, selling and upgrading or downsizing. And this spring offers a really big window of opportunity for buyers and unfortunately a very small window of opportunity for sellers. So what do the numbers tell us as to why that is? We had last month, in the month of March, 1,007 sales. I mean, at least it's over 1,000, but like that's compared to the 10-year average, 42% lower than the 10-year average. It's 3% under what it was a year ago, when a year ago we thought, well, maybe things are going to start to correct. So here we are. And the new inventory came in at 3,341. That's up 20% over the previous month. So that's like, an avalanche of new listings coming on the market. Sellers thinking that they can maybe preempt all of the rest of the competition. So we'll see where that plays out over the next 90 days. We tend to have peak inventory. That's when anybody that's going to be selling here before the summer gets their stick on the ice, so to speak. And so we're sitting at a total inventory right now of 9,201, which is 10% higher than the previous month. It's actually 50% higher than the 10-year average. Now, let's go back to that number of 9,201. Well, Michael, it's under 10,000. Well, actually, it's really not. Because what this does not include as an MLS statistic is the almost somewhere between 4,500 and 6,000 non-listed units which are being sold and offered by the development community. So that makes our actual inventory probably something more like 15,000, and which takes what would be right now about a 9-month supply of product, probably suggesting we have something more like well over a 1-year supply of product. And that's if nothing else came on the market. Obviously, if you're a buyer, you're probably rubbing your hands together right now going, wow, this is great. And so, yeah, no question, there's going to be opportunity. It does not mean that exceptional product that is well positioned in price is not selling. We're seeing that for sure, but it means sellers have to be super sharp with pricing their property. So we look at the sales to listing ratio, which is obviously, that's showing us that, again, low inventory, historically low inventory. We have the price index seeing a downtrend line. So nobody can look at that and go, well, in the next couple of months, we should see that go up, because we've got to get to somewhere about a 5-month supply before we'll see any strengthening or support for pricing. And so detached homes, obviously you can see the stats. They're at an average of 1,375,600. That's down 8% from last year. Townhouses, 772,700, down 7.3%. And from a year, and then apartments at 489,200, down 9.2% over a year ago. And then, of course, the average days in the market, which is another telltale of where we're at, is about a year ago, we were under 30 days on average to sell, somewhere between 25 and 30, depending on product type. Add about a week to 2 weeks to that now. So longer days in the market means sellers are trying to discover what is the right price. And with not a lot of sale precedent, they're really attempting to find the bottom. So where is the bottom? Well, if you're a buyer, you probably would get good value in this market if you negotiate well with a seller who is motivated and committed. And if you are a seller, your bottom may be somewhere close, but there's a lot of risk to waiting to find out. So if you or anybody that you're aware of is wanting to navigate through the complexity of that opportunity, I invite you to give us a call. We got a ton of resource for you and here to help. I can be reached at 604-999-8875. Thanks, and make it a great day.